All right, so this is for the 7th grade math, and I know I had some sheets on here, and I asked you guys to just break this up across the days, and so we did some of these in a Zoom meeting, and then we're going to just review some of them. So this will be the whole packet. I just need to kind of keep track of time because this video can't be any longer than 15 minutes. Otherwise, it won't go on YouTube. So, all right, here we go. We'll start up here. We did this one in a meeting, and then I think we ran into time on one meeting for this one. The one we were talking about before, it says that you want to isolate the variable by doing keeping your variable positive. And that they don't say that you can't do any other way, they just want to do that. So keeping the variable positive, we're going to make sure we subtract from the sides as they go. So we're going to isolate. First of all, we're going to get this over to here. So it's add or subtract from left to right. We've got add or subtraction over here. So we're going to do, if this is 6 over here, if it's minus 6, we are going to add 6 here and add 6 here, which gets us to 42. And we have u plus 42 now, which is the add amount. And now we have 8u. So now we need to isolate the variable. We have a u over here, and we need to subtract it. So we're going to subtract the u, which would be 1. So minus u, which would get us to 7. So now we have 7u. Boy, it's not very conducive to solve a problem in this small space, I apologize. Equals 42. So now we're going to divide, because this, in order to separate that, we're going to take the 7 out of the equation to figure out what u would be equal to. And so we're going to take the 7 divided by 7. A positive divided by a positive gets us a positive, so we have u equals 6. There we go. Next. So again, we have a larger variable on this side than we do, or larger, number and width in a variable on this side. So we're going to isolate by subtracting that. First we're going to go from, so get this, since we want it over here, we're going to get this by itself. So we're going to add 92 over here and add 92 here, which gets us to negative 4w plus 94 equals 5, positive 5w. Now we have, we're going to add this 4w to over here, which gets us to, which gets us to 94 equals 9w. And now we're going to have to divide by the variable, or the number that's within that expression, the term, and isolate for the 9. And so we're going to divide. So we have a positive divided by a positive, which gets us a positive. And 9 goes into 94 10 times with 4 out of 9 left, which is there. I'm going to try to be more organized with this next one, so I apologize. So again, I have a negative here, so I'm going to bring this over here. So plus 30, we'll cancel that out, plus 30 over here. So now I have 2n plus 38 equals 3n. And now if I have this, I want to keep this positive, I'm going to subtract 2n from this side, so that cancels out. And now I have 38 equals negative, or sorry, not negative, just n, because that would be just 1 by itself. So we're done. Next one, starting again with our like terms. So we want to again trying to keep them positive. So I have a -7, so add 7 to this side so it cancels out, and add 7 over here. So I have a total of 13. So 2v plus 13 equals 4v. So now, if I want to keep that positive, I'm going to subtract. So if I subtract, I'll end up with a negative, and then there's a whole thing there. So we're going to end up, not to say we can't work on that, but we're just stay focused with what we have. So if this is a positive, we're going to subtract 2v, and we'll subtract 2v. Since this is a like term, we would end up with 13 equals 2v, because positive 4 take away negative 2 is positive 2. So now we would divide by 2 to get rid of it. 2 goes into 13 6 times with 1/2 left over, so v equals 6.5. You can do either way. Next. Again, positive, we're going to add 31 here. I remember you work with like terms first. So, I mean, you could probably do the variables first, but I save the variables for second. So these cancel out. 31 and 9 is 40, right? And then we have negative 4q plus 40 equals 7q. So we're going to add 4 over here. Gets us to 4 goes in, or sorry, 7 plus 4 is 11. So we have 40 equals 11q. And now we're going to divide to isolate the variable. So now we have q by itself. 11 goes into 44 4 times, but can only go into 43 times. So we'd have 3 parts whole, and then minus 33, which gives us 7 11ths. And that's in its simple form. Oops, I forgot to put q equals. Sorry. Next, again, keeping the number positive, so I'm going to minus 3. That cancels out, minus 3. So I have 2c plus 2, because 5 take away 3 is 2, so it's still positive, equals 4c. So we need to isolate our combined like terms, so now we're going to subtract 2c. So that cancels out, and now we have 2 equals 2c, and we divide by 2 to isolate the variable to get it alone, because the reciprocal of multiplying is dividing. So now 2 goes into 1 time, so c equals 1. Okay, so here we go on this side. We have like terms here. So plus 45 plus 45, these cancel out. So now we have negative 7m plus 54 equals 3m. So now we need to get rid of this. 7m, combine like terms. 3 and 7 is 10. So we have 54 equals 10m. And now we divide to cancel that out. 10 goes into 54 5 times with 4/10 left over. So m equals 5 and 4/10. You can also say that m is, if you divide both the top and the bottom by 2, 5 and 2/5 is also equal to m. They are the same. Alright. 7y plus 5 equals 13 plus 4y. So I'm going to keep mine positive, so I'm going to take this away from over here. Combining like terms, 13 minus 5. I know I'm writing that as a fraction. That's not how it's meant to look. I should just do that. Sorry. It shouldn't look like a fraction because you're not, that's not what you're doing. You're combining like terms. So it's just hard to see if I put it this way. So now I have 7y by itself equals 18. Oops, sorry, that's not right. We're subtracting. Sorry, 6 plus 4y. We have 4y over here, so we're going to subtract 4y. That cancels out, so we have to do the same thing on this side and subtract 4y. So now we have 3y equals 6. Now we are going to divide because that's the exact, so the reciprocal of multiplication is division. So we're going to cancel that out, and y is left with, how many times can 3 go into 6? Twice. Oops, I messed up somewhere. Maybe because the answer key is showing something different. Let me see what I get. So 7y minus plus 5. So we're going to minus 5 on this side. We have 13. We're going to minus 5 on that side. Oh, that's why. Duh. Because you guys see what I did. 13 minus 5 is not 6. It's 8. I'm not very bright. Well, at least I figured out what I did. So 3 goes into 8 2 times with 2/3 left. There you go. I'm going to hit pause and so it doesn't go over, and then I'll finish recording the next section.